Parenting is tough, and today we're going to talk about how to set boundaries and rules for adolescent children and teenagers without too much rebellion, we hope.
And yes, for the younger ones too. Hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of Talk Today. I'm your host Namita.
And I'm Simrit. First of all, we have some exciting news to share with you guys. Now, Talk to Us Today is available for your listening pleasure on a podcast on the Spotify platform under the same name, Talk to Us Today. So go to Spotify after this episode and follow our podcast.
Yeah.
So you
can listen to us anytime, anywhere now.
Yes. Today, our discussion is about some parenting tips that we wanted to share. And it's not meant as any gyan or lecture, just some tips we thought you viewers would benefit from. Because
that has always been our favorite topic of discussion. Parenting.
Well,
we're living that actually.
Isn't that true that partially we started this because of our experience as moms? And being a parent will give you tips more than any book, manual, or doctor can. Trust me. Experience counts for everything. And all you moms out there know what you're doing. But when we share it in groups and when we sit together, it's almost like support groups and we help each other. So these are just some tips, and maybe you guys have better tips, so share those with us. Now, everyone knows parenting is tough, but it's never more evident, isn't it, right? But it's never more evident than when our kids become teenagers. And nowadays, having a tween or a preteen is as tough as having a teenager. I don't know why that is. It's probably because of how our world has evolved and kids are becoming more and more exposed at younger and younger ages. So it results in younger kids being exposed a lot more to much more mature content and material than they're used to, which leads to a lot of pressure.
Yes.
And we
feel that growing, we feel they're growing faster than their age because of all this.
It is. I mean, that's exposure. What we feel. Exactly. But let's face it, that's how the world is going. So we need to gear up, right? We want them to stay innocent and naive forever because that's our way of preserving their childhoods, because we know this is the best time of their lives. But it's not that easy anymore. So parents, when you have kids even between 9 and 12 who have as much information on their fingertips as when we did when we were 16 or older, it becomes tough. So what we should do, or what me and Namita think we should do, is create little boundaries and rules. But it becomes really hard, doesn't it?
I know nobody likes boundaries.
No one. We don't, and they don't.
It's very hard, Simrit. It's very hard, and it's not the same for everyone. See, every parent has their own ideas about what is okay for their children. So first of all, we discuss boundaries. So, we have to respect that every child is different and every parent is different. Absolutely. Right? For, whatever boundaries or decision we decide for our children, one of the most important things we must remember is both the parents should be on the same page. And not only just parents, whosoever is in the family, if it's grandparents or it's uncle or aunt, everybody has to be on the same page.
Correct. The whole village.
Yeah. So, you jointly decide the boundaries or, decisions that are important for your family. And otherwise, it'll be very unclear and it'll be very confusing for the child. And our kids are very smart, Simrit. You tell them, okay, 7 mom is telling that 7 o'clock you have to be at home, and dad is saying, oh, you have to be at home at 9 p.m. and then okay, the child randomly says, oh, I think I can drag it to 10 and I can ask my dad to push it to like 10 o'clock. So, and somehow it just doesn't work like that. Don't confuse the kids. And sometimes there's even the smaller ones, they're very smart. If I'm saying, okay, you cannot have this, you're not supposed to have chocolate after 4. Okay, done. They will go to grandparent. Can I have a chocolate? Daddy, can I have a chocolate? Mama is saying no. And then daddy's like, Khale, koi baat nahi, I'll talk to mama.
I know.
So
it's confusing, right? Or they're
it
pushing
is
the
very
limits.
yeah, this smart. Okay, मम्मा दादी को तो कुछ कहेगी नहीं. Let's दादी से
Right,
पूछ लेते हैं. You know,
right.
elderly से जो भी है उससे पूछ लेते हैं. So they're very smart that way.
Yeah, that's right.
So don't confuse the kids. Make joint decisions and make sure everybody follows it.
Yeah, that's right.
This is very, very important.
Yeah.
Before letting the kids know, everybody should be on the same page. I feel that is very, very important. Simrit. I don't know
It is.
about you.
And Marilyn,
Yeah.
parents today, you know, and you and me have discussed this, like they feel there's no need to set boundaries because kids manipulate the boundaries, right? Like they'll go to the
Yeah.
grandparents, there's no point, kya faida, and let's just go with the flow and let the kids do whatever they want. Or if they want to do something, if we say no, they'll find a way around it anyways. So let's just let them decide how far they want to go, or let them decide what they want. You know, I think that's kind of like going along a dangerous path, right?
Yes.
That's my personal opinion. It's not for everybody. But kids, as they become older and more independent, they also need the guidance that comes with that, right? That's our job as parents. Like when we signed up for this,
very important.
This is a part of our job to give the guidance. Our guidance is needed, and that guidance comes with certain rules and boundaries. With the correct guidance, we allow kids to make healthy choices, yet give them enough independence to make mistakes, which, you know, mistakes are an important part of growing up and aging, right? And that's life.
You know, yeah, you're right. And you know, I know creating boundaries and following them, make them follow is not easy.
It's not.
They're very manipulative. And I know at times if you will try to pursue the child, maybe if you're in a public place or anywhere, people might judge you as well. Oh, kaisi mama hai?
Yeah.
You know? No, not listening to
but
child.
Don't get
She's
into
being
that.
so strict
that
about
judgment.
it. Exactly.
Yeah, throw that out
so
the window. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, just don't think about it. So, you know, it's very important. And I think what is more important is the honesty and respect.
Correct.
When it comes to boundaries, see, it's a two-way rule. In a family, rules of communications are established much earlier than adolescence. So children absorb every, you know, thing that is happening in the family.
Absolutely.
How the parents are talking, and if they see parents lying to each other, and they'll feel, oh, it's okay to lie, then they would lie to a parent as well.
Yes.
Right. So, and if a parent disrespect, or you know, the other spouse, or put down the, you know, the whole discussion comes into heated one, and there's some abusive language that comes in the picture. So guys, so you have to see your kids are watching. In some way you are teaching them something which they're not supposed to learn. So they will learn to answer back to you, you know, when they grow up, seeing you like that after a few years. So set boundaries in your home, like no abusive language to be used in the house or outside, or you have to respect your elder, you know, parents or the elderly who are there in the family. You have to respect your house help. You have to respect everyone who, you know, who's working for us. Anybody, be it driver or plumber or anybody who comes.
But they're seeing the examples we set, right?
Exactly. Yes. And you know, whatever behavior you expect from your child, so you need to set an example for the same. Then only you can actually make your child follows it. Otherwise, again, it will be very confusing, and they will answer back, oh, you know, they're learning from you.
Absolutely. So, and communication is an important part of the parent-child relationship anyways. So even when a child, like, we have to let them know, like, look, if you used a bad word, you know, even in school, or you did something else, like you broke something, and make sure the child knows that no matter how bad what they're doing is, they should come to you. Even if they break the boundary, break a rule, they need to be able to come to you. That kind of trust is really important for the child to have in the parent, right? Okay, the parents will get mad, but they're not going to label me as a bad kid. Now that's really important. There is no black and white parenting. No matter how bad the child has, like whatever the bad thing the child has done, he's not a bad kid. We got to keep that in mind. The dictatorial methods are not going to work. So that's an important issue because kids are impressionable, and you need to outline that, darling, don't drink and drive as you get older. Don't get in the car. But if something happens, come to me, you know? and say those words, because they're listening and they don't need to be confused about that. And so that's what I feel. And one of the,
and
yeah, go ahead.
So I also feel that it's very simple. Just tell them, why are you doing this?
Absolutely.
It is very exactly. They should know. Otherwise, just let them be. Oh, just mama has made this rule, but no background about it. Okay, why is doing that? Doesn't make sense.
Family
It'll all be
discussions are
frustrated.
really important. Family discussions
Exactly.
are really important. Communicating with your
Yeah.
child why these rules are set is really important. So now, like,
Yes.
So one of the important rules these days that parents are having trouble with is time management. Now, this is where all our device control, screen time, everything comes under time management. So a lot of kids, parents are complaining, oh, the kids are on the screen all the time. What to do? I don't know. You know what? Talk to them. Keep an open mind when you discuss, like, okay, how much time do you need? Like, do you really need to be playing a game for 5 hours straight? Really? Like, do you not have anything better to do? Set the time limit for them. And we're talking about like younger, under 15 kind of kids from 9 to 15. But stick to that time limit. Don't budge after that. Because the older they get, the more screen time and the less control you're going to have over this. So establish clear boundaries for what times they can use their phones, computers, watch TV. Like, I had a friend tell me a great thing, and this is when my son was much younger, and I'm like, no, like, he doesn't have he still doesn't have really a mobile, but the mobiles aren't allowed inside the bedroom at night. Like, all the phones go into a common place where the parents get, because that's where the time management, like, we don't want them on their smartphones or computers or laptops at night. So that has to be taken. Give them in the daytime, give them chores to do around the house. A lot of Indian parents are struggling with this. They're like, no, they're young, I'll do it. Don't do that. Grandparents will do it. No, don't do that. Give them chores to do, like, oh, have you cleaned your room? Go set the table, help me make dinner, make the salad yourself, clean the room, tell them to read, get that book out, tell them it's time to go read, go cycling, take them grocery shopping with you. Don't leave them at home to spend time on the screen and say, oh, I don't know what to do with their screen time. Like, these rules are part of they're going to have these rules. Setting these rules will help them navigate later in life too. Like, the time they have to do homework, all you say is, oh, have you done your homework? No, set the timetables, do a little bit of research.
That's very important.
Like, don't let them do homework past 8 o'clock or past dinner. Say, okay, that's our time together, spend family time together. And a part of the time management is their sleep time, right? A lot of kids now don't have bedtimes. They just pass out when they're tired. I don't get that.
No, it's right. It's absolutely right. It's very, very important. And when you bring in this boundaries or the time when you talk, it just something just came to my mind, Simrit. It's also about when to have what.
Oh yeah, of course.
I see. Parents. Small kids coming at 6-year-old coming in. Oh, I have a crush on this girl. Oh, he has a girlfriend, and it's like we feel like, oh, that is so cute.
Oh, it's so adorable.
Oh my God, make it like it becomes a topic of like, wow, oh my God, look at them. We try to amuse. Oh, look at this generation. Oh my God, oh, they're talking about this. It's like it's fun also for them. It's like but moving fast forward 12 to 13 years old, the same comments can give you like parents. Sleepless nights.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And and the first instinct your child comes, oh, I have a crush on this girl or I have a crush on this boy. It's like first instinct is like forbid it. But will that help?
But hype it, no. That's what they say.
ये फालतू चक्करों में मत करो.
I know.
So I don't know, in such cases, again, set the boundaries. How long they can speak on the phone or when actually they can have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or, also tell them what, especially the younger one, what do you mean by crush? Discuss what crush is. So, and give them realistic timeline. Okay, maybe if you say, oh, you can have a girlfriend or you can have a relationship with the other sex is like when you're 25 or 30. Sorry, guys, that is not going to help.
No.
It has to be realistic. But yeah, if you say, okay, 15 or 16, you can have a girlfriend or you can just hang out, okay, that looks realistic, So it's just like, driving and going out on your own, establishing your own rules and boundaries, and it has to be realistic. It's very, very important.
Yeah,
Just
I
randomly
think
don't
that's
set
the
rules.
key, right? If we said,
Yeah.
oh, you can't date before you're 30, I'm gonna lock you in your, you know what? But hype it down, like study more. These things don't work. Talk to them. Like, what is a crush, guys? You're not even allowed to step out of the house. Like, okay, you got a crush, that's natural, but what does that mean? You don't have to do it. Like, you have a best friend, sit with it. There are a lot of ways of tackling this. Don't go old school on them.
Yeah.
Like, there's some ways where you have to go old school. Don't go crazy old school, but do talk to them realistically. And, sometimes as they get older, 13, 14, have the talk about physical contact. What is permissible? Yes, it's exciting because kids really young are experimenting with sex. To stop that, talk to them. Don't think that talking to them is going to encourage it. It's going to discourage them because they know their parents are clued in. Otherwise, most kids think that the generation gap is so big that the parents have no idea. So be realistic.
Yeah, they do. They do a lot.
And that's why the key to
and they start hiding things.
Yes, that's the worst.
It results in something which you don't want your child to be doing, hiding, or maybe he's make some blunder or something, you not come and tell you, not get to know. So it's really,
what does the hiding lead to?
Very, very important.
Namita, what does the hiding lead to? Us snooping. Oh, that's terrible.
Exactly.
I mean, all parents have done it. Don't lie, don't judge. But it's true. It's hard because if you find something while you're snooping, you feel more pained because your kid couldn't come to you. That's worse.
Yes.
So that's the key. So the key to all these boundaries and rules is communication with the kids.
Yeah, I think that is the mantra of the day, we can say. Communication.
Communicate with them and listen when they tell you what they want. Teach them that boundaries and rules will change with time, especially if they show responsibility. If they come home every day at 7:00 from their friend's house and they're done their homework on time, you're going to trust that child more. And they need to know that, we get it. You get off your screen time whenever you want, so you have access. These things are going to change. So the more independent, the more you listen to the rules, follow them, and we see it, the more the more independence we're going to allow you. Also, remember, whatever worked on us is not necessarily going to work on them. Even if we set
no way.
Right. Even if we set rules, times are different. Children today have a lot of external stresses. We think they don't, but too much exposure causes a lot of mental stress. We all feel it. What happened when there's some calamity? We want to get off the news because it's causing us stress. We know what happened, but do we need it to be fed to us 24/7? Same thing is happening with children. They're growing up too fast, and that's what's causing the stresses. They don't have the stresses we had, but they have a lot more external stresses. So realize that they're exposed and communicate with them, guys. Like Namita said, that's the mantra today, communicate. So
yes, communicate. And I think we have really said a lot, Simrit. I think I don't know. It's a never-ending topic for us. I mean, we can talk endless about kids and parenting, but I think we have a time constraint. So,
and parents, please do let us know your ideas on this. And so that's all on Talk to Us today. But we look forward to hearing from you all. So send us your parenting tips. Send us parenting discussions you want to have. Maybe we could have a call-in, viewer. I'd love that. So see how you guys.
That would be great.
Right. Comment in the comment section below or email us at hello@talktoustoday.com and let your friends know where to find us.
And yes, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay notified of our new videos every Friday at 6 p.m. and also our podcast on Spotify. So tune into that as well. Thanks for joining us on Talk to Us today. Remember to talk about Talk to Us today.
Keep smiling.
Keep smiling. Yes.
Laughing.
Keep laughing. And most important one, keep talking. Communication, talking. That is the most important key.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for joining us. See you next Friday. Bye.